guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. We are finally up to Monday's testimony, which is the completion of Kayla on the stand. Although it's possible she could return, but it's the completion of her for the moment anyway. And then there was two other witnesses that came up on the stand. So we're going to get through Kayla and that so that we are all caught up. And then, like I said, I should be able to get the rest of them caught up pretty good. Today they had a number of, I would think about maybe a half a dozen, maybe 7 on the stand today. I have to check the count. They did have Bodero. He was probably the most interesting after the forensic information. That was very interesting once we get to dive into that. And they did not finish that today. So, all right. So as always, make sure you prepare. Trigger warning. Take care of yourself first. This case is a tough one, guys.
I believe when we left off on Friday, morning by the way, when on Friday we were talking about getting ready to sit down and talk to police after you were arrested on 2 charges of perjury.
Yes.
And you told the police that you wanted to talk to them, but it took a while before you actually talked to them because they had to contact your attorney and write up the letter that set out the terms of what would happen to you based on what you said.
Yes.
And essentially those terms were that what you said couldn't be used against you, but would be used as a gauge for whether or not they wanted to enter into an agreement with you, right?
Yes.
And so if you said something that hurt you, they wouldn't be able to say Kayla admitted to this and charge you with a crime, right?
Right.
But at the same time, if they found evidence independently to support what you said and that you committed a new crime, they could charge you.
I don't remember.
Okay, that's fine. So let's talk about living in the car. You got a couple of boys that are quite young.
Yes.
One is about 11 months.
Yes.
And your other son was 2.5-ish.
Yes.
And they can only stay in the same position one time for a certain amount of time, right?
Right.
And then they start getting pretty rambunctious, right?
Yes.
And fussy.
Yes.
And Declan, if he gets fussy, will cry.
Yes.
And that'll make Seamus cry.
I don't remember that.
Okay. And Harmony also, maybe not as rambunctious, but would get pretty fussy about being in the car for a long time, right?
Yes.
And so you would try and find ways to entertain them.
Yes.
And one of the ways that you entertained them was to go to a public place like maybe the mall, just to get them walking around inside for a while.
I don't remember that.
You remember losing your phone at the mall while you and Adam were walking around with the kids?
No.
Okay. One of the ways that you would entertain them was to take them to places like Walmart when you were shopping for more food.
I don't remember going there.
Okay. What were the ways that you entertained them?
I don't remember what we did with them. I just remember living in the car.
Okay. But you didn't have the children in the car 24/7, right?
I don't remember.
Okay. Did you play?
I don't buy this one at all. That she remembers if they were in that car most of every day for those couple of weeks or what have you. She remembers that. So this particular part with Kayla, I'm not buying it, Kayla. You remember if you guys walked around like places or if you got out of the car somewhere. You remember all that stuff. You do.
Or take them to walk on those balance beams and stuff on that little play center at the back of the parking lot at Colonial?
I don't remember.
Okay. Let's talk about the food that you had. You would eat things like tortilla wraps,
Yeah, we had tortilla wraps.
bananas,
Yes.
peanut butter,
Yes.
apples,
I don't remember apples.
baby food,
Yes.
cereal,
Yes.
formula,
Yes.
and if you had cereal, you had milk.
I don't remember keeping milk in the car like that, but
Okay.
possibly.
So if you had baby cereal, Seamus would just eat it dry.
Yes.
And what was Seamus eating at that time? He was doing a mix of baby food and real food?
Yes.
Okay. And sometimes you'd feed him your food.
Yes.
Little bits, right?
Yes.
And you'd have to make sure that he took it and put it in his mouth, right?
Yes.
Instead of dropping it on the car floor.
Yes.
And Declan had formula. Did he also
Baby food.
baby food?
Yes.
How about the cereal?
No.
So you would have to turn around and feed Declan in the back seat, or would you put him on your lap and feed him in the front seat?
I'd turn his car seat around so that he'd be facing that direction so I could feed him.
Okay. And diapers?
Yes.
So when Declan or Seamus would go to the bathroom in the car, they would be
Yes.
going to the bathroom in diapers, right?
Yes.
And Declan, his diapers didn't smell too much, right? Because he was still just a baby.
I don't remember.
Okay. But Seamus's diapers would smell, right?
Yes.
And so Seamus and Declan are both going to the bathroom in the car in their diapers.
Yes.
And you would change them where?
In the car.
And all the time?
If we were just living in our car, yes.
And then you would throw the diapers in the dumpster?
Yes.
And certainly in Colonial Village, you had a dumpster nearby.
Yes.
And then you would try to clean them up more than just the wipes when you change their diapers, right?
Yes.
And that would be in public restrooms.
I don't remember going to public restrooms.
Where would you clean them more than just wipes?
I don't remember.
I don't buy that you don't remember, Kayla. Surely you guys went into like fast food restaurant, places, gas stations, bathrooms, something to clean up the kids and yourselves. Somewhere that you could clean up. See, so I definitely don't buy that you never went into public bathrooms to clean up.
But you remember that you would.
I remember cleaning them with wipes. I don't remember bringing them to any, like, restroom or stuff like that. I don't remember that.
Okay. So you talked about going to your mother's on the 29th of November. Is that the last time that they got a thorough cleaning?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, you wouldn't do that to your kids, right?
I wouldn't, but if I was stuck in the situation I was stuck in, then yeah.
Okay.
That's really sad, Again, you have 3 children. They are small children, but 3 children and 2 adults living in this Sebring. It's just a car. And she's saying that she does not remember, because that's one of her famous responses, that she doesn't remember taking them anywhere to get cleaned up. Not even like a little sink wash, something. Because I would think a good mother would remember that sort of thing. But we have to remember, she was probably high most of the time on crack and heroin and gosh knows what else she got. But yeah, this is another tick on why she does not have custody of her kids, and she will never have custody again.
You had your own hygiene to worry about in the car, right?
Yes.
And I think that you said on direct that you would ask Harmony to come with you, and sometimes she wouldn't.
Right?
Sometimes she would.
Yes.
And where would you go for your hygiene?
If we ended up going to a gas station that had a bathroom.
Okay. So one of the places that you used to clean yourself and Harmony up was public restroom in a gas station.
Yes.
Perhaps convenience store?
Yes.
Perhaps Walmart?
I don't remember going to Walmart.
Okay. So sometimes she would come out of the car with you and go into the convenience store and you would clean her up, right?
Yes.
And she would not be under a blanket.
No.
Right. And sometimes she didn't go with you.
Right.
And if she had not gone to the bathroom for a long time, would you insist?
I would ask her.
Uh-huh. And she would say what?
She would say no, she doesn't have to use the bathroom.
Okay. And if she hadn't gone to the bathroom for all day, would you insist that she go to the bathroom with you?
Yes.
And when you insisted, did she go with you?
No.
Okay.
You're the adult, Kayla. You insist and you tell her she's going to go to the bathroom. She needs to be taken. She was a 5-year-old child. And another thing, like we said before, you should have gotten her pull-ups for the situation she was in. This poor kid, she was full of anxiety, stress, and she was being beaten. She needed to be taken care of, not abused. And I really believe that you did nothing to help her, not only to help her to save her from Adam, but I'm not so sure you didn't hit her a few times at this point. I'm really not sure.
Okay. Now, you talked about sometimes Harmony would go to the bathroom in the car.
Yes.
Was she wearing underwear during that whole time?
Yes.
Where did you clean her underwear?
We didn't clean her underwear.
Okay. So and I think that you said it was urinating and defecating in the car.
Yes.
And I'll call it pee and poop, okay?
Yes.
And so you said that she did both.
Yes.
And then, so suppose she peed in the car. What would you do to clean it up?
We would change her clothes.
Okay. What else?
That's it.
Would you clean the car?
Wipe the seat, yeah.
Okay. And would you clean the underwear that she was wearing?
No, they'd get put in a bag.
Okay. So you
didn't do any laundry, Kayla. You didn't wash it in like the sink, in a gas station, something, so that this poor kid at some point would be able to change out of underwear if she had an accident. Yeah, that's real good parenting.
had like maybe 7 or 8 or 9 pair of underwear for her to wear?
I don't remember.
Okay. And you said we would clean her up. That would be you and Adam?
Yes.
And when she... How many sets of clothes did she have?
I don't remember.
Probably just a couple, right?
Yeah.
Sustained.
Okay. Do you know if you had more than a couple?
I don't remember.
Okay. But if she urinated in her pants, you would have to not only change her underpants, but also her leggings, right?
Yes.
And do you know if you had a bunch of leggings as well as a bunch of underpants to replace them?
I don't remember.
Okay.
She's pissing me off at this point here, Kayla. And she remembers all this stuff. I don't buy it. And she looks pissed. Well, we're pissed at you. You didn't do a damn thing to clean up this kid. At every turn, at every single freaking turn, you and her father failed her while she was living in this horrible, uncomfortable situation that you all put her in. You failed her. And then you let her father beat her to death. Yeah.
And then when she pooped, you would clean her?
Yes.
You would wipe her with the baby wipes?
Yes.
And then would you take her to a public restroom to get her more cleaned?
No.
Overruled.
Pardon?
I don't remember.
I'm sorry. It's okay.
No, I don't remember.
Okay. So, and you would sort of understand that she was going through a difficult time because of so many changes in her life?
Yes.
And so you would understand and tell her, Harmony, I know this is difficult, but you really have to tell us when you go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Before you go to the bathroom, right?
Yes.
Because, and you tried to encourage, come with me, we'll take care of it, we'll be in the bathroom, come with me, right?
Yes.
And,
Carolyn, she didn't do any of that. Neither did Adam. They didn't give a crap. They didn't care. She said, she probably told her, come on, let's go to the bathroom. And if she said no, she's like, whatever, kid, you little brat. I can just see her saying something like that. So I don't believe at all, besides just trying to once maybe go, come on, Harmony, let's go to the bathroom. And she says no, because she's scared. So she doesn't go. So you don't prod her nicely. You don't tell her, hey, I'm the parent, I'm the adult here. We're going to go, so make sure that you go to the bathroom in a proper place and you get cleaned up. No, none of that was done. None of that was done. And I'm pretty sure that the other two kids were probably pretty filthy as well.
did you ever buy pull-ups for her when it became more than a one-time thing?
I don't remember.
Okay. Something you might have thought of, right?
I don't remember.
Okay. And being cooped up in that car for so much time with the kids was a little bit difficult, right?
Yes.
And it was difficult for the kids too, right?
Yes.
So sometimes chaos would just erupt, right?
Yes.
Declan crying, Seamus crying, Harmony crying, right?
No.
Okay.
They never really cried that much.
Okay. But when they cried, it would sort of cascade, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. And it's like what's happening to one would go to the other, and it would just be chaos, right?
Yes.
And how would you sue them?
I don't remember.
Now, you said
This entire line of questioning about in the car, taking care of them, cleaning up after the kids, the feeding of the kids, and then, if they get upset, they have to get, cocky, not cocky, they get colicky, excuse me, and she doesn't remember. Gosh, I just want to, woo, I can't even say what I want to do to her. Yeah, she just really gets my blood pressure going with this crap that she doesn't remember. I don't remember. Well, Kayla, I think you do remember. And you're full of crap. You are full of shit.
that Bodero didn't want you staying at the Colonial Village parking lot, right?
Right.
He was actually afraid somebody might notice and he would
Yes.
get in trouble.
Yes.
But you also said that he came down daily or every other day or so to give you drugs.
Yes.
So he didn't want to come down and in public hand drugs over to a car that's squatting in a parking lot where it shouldn't be.
Right.
Did he? He came down to meet with Adam.
Yes.
And Adam occasionally would drive him places because Adam had his license.
Right.
And he would drive Bodero's car and you would be there with the kids.
I don't remember that.
Okay. But he would have Adam driving him places?
I remember he did that when we were staying at the house. I don't remember him doing that when we lived in the car.
Okay. Well, Bodero wasn't... Did you have money while you were in the car?
Not really.
Okay. So you pretty much had to count your pennies when you bought more food and stuff like that?
Yes.
And you couldn't splurge in anything because it was pretty tight, right?
Yes.
But when Adam would meet up with Mr. Bodero, he would be able to get some drugs.
Yes.
And Anthony Bodero was not giving him drugs for free.
No.
Right? Adam was doing Anthony some favors.
I don't remember that.
Hold on.
Bodero was getting food stamps from them that were meant for the kids, specifically Harmony. He would get those food stamps in lieu of money because these two had nothing on them. Like she just said, they had nothing. So, yeah, they were trading that, and I'm sure the favors were something else completely. And I don't think it's all on Adam. I have a feeling Kayla was part of those favors.
We talked about those several statements that you gave to the police and the prosecutor from the Attorney General's office about the death of Harmony.
Yes.
And those stories changed a bit over time.
Yes.
And when you first told the story, you said that Harmony was peeing and pooping in the car and Adam punched her 10 to 15 times in the parking lot of the Colonial.
Yes.
And that it was like at 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yes.
And when the officer asked, you mean in the overnight hours, you said yes, it was in the overnight hours that this happened.
Yes.
Because something did happen at 2 or 3 in the morning on the day that Harmony died.
Yes.
And that was that Adam got in the car and Harmony did not wake up.
No, that's not what happened.
Okay. What happened at 2 or 3 in the morning on that day?
Harmony had an accident and Adam kept punching her in the head.
Okay. At 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it was still it was the middle of the night.
And so, in the middle of the night at 2 or 3 in the morning, you're saying that Adam punched her 10 to 15 times.
Yes.
And Harmony was crying,
Yes.
screaming.
Yes.
Declan would start screaming.
I don't remember what Declan and Seamus were doing.
Well, that cascade effect that when one of them is crying and there's chaos in the car, all of them were crying, right?
Not really.
I don't buy that, Kayla. I don't buy that the other two kids, your boys, did not cry or scream or get upset when Harmony was being beaten by their father. I don't buy it.
Okay. And then what did you do?
What did I do?
Yeah.
I tried telling him to stop, but he doesn't listen.
Okay. What did you do about the mess?
I didn't do anything about the mess.
Did you clean the car?
No.
Did you clean Harmony?
No.
Was it a pee or a poop?
I don't remember.
Smells are considerably different, right?
Right.
Both
But
of
the
'em-
car already stunk.
It stunk from all the kids living in the car, eating in the car, peeing and pooping in the car, and food being left around the car, right?
Yes.
And body odor.
Yes.
Yeah, that car had to be nasty. Nasty. Cuz they weren't cleaning up the car. They had trash probably every damn place. They were letting the kids go to the bathroom. Maybe they were changing the two boys. They weren't really doing a damn thing about wiping them really. Oh, little wipes. Come on. And she's letting Harmony she and Adam are letting Harmony sit there in her pee or poop for God knows how long. And then she said she changed her, or Adam changed Harmony, but how many clothes and pairs of underwear could she have had? They didn't wash anything. Yeah, this entire situation was horrific. We already know it was horrific for Harmony, but how horrific was it for these two boys? And I believe for a fact that the 2-year-old for sure knows some things. And the 11-month-old, both of these two boys, one day, they're going to learn. They're going to go on the internet and they're going to learn about what their parents did.
And so if Harmony peed in her seat at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, are you saying that you left her sitting in a puddle of pee?
Yes.
And if she pooped at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, you're saying you left her sitting in her own defecation?
Yes.
Why?
Because I was scared of Adam.
Did he tell you don't clean her up?
No, but when I told him to stop, he gave me the crazy eyes that he has, and I just didn't want to do anything because I was scared of him.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Kayla. You said he did the crazy eyes that one time, which was right when he was beating Harmony before she died. And now you're saying, oh, he gave the crazy eyes again. Oh, I'm scared of Adam. I'm so scared. So I told him to stop, and I can't do anything else because I'm a poor little woman. I can't do anything. Bullshit. Bull freaking shit. I am so sick of her excuses and her I don't remembers. It's disgusting, Kayla. And part of me really hopes you blow this deal with the state through all this, because I believe you've lied more during this trial. I believe your lies just don't stop ever.
And then things calmed down and everybody went to sleep?
No?
Everybody stayed up?
I don't remember if everybody stayed up, but I know I didn't go back to bed.
Okay. So you were up till 2 or 3 in the morning until you woke up, until it was time to go to the clinic.
Yes.
And I think the clinic was 7 or 8 in the morning?
7.
Okay. So you sat in the car and did nothing until 7 in the morning,
Right.
and you don't remember kids crying and screaming?
No.
She is a freaking damn liar. She's a freaking damn liar. And as much as I dislike Attorney Smith, she's pulling the stuff out of her that we all know. She's full of it. She's just full of herself and all of her I don't knows and I'm scared and oh whatever and you know, ugh. She really makes my blood pressure go up, you guys, and I'm sure that I'm not the only one.
I believe that you testified on direct that Adam woke up and smelled pee or poop.
Yes.
Do you know which that was?
I'm sorry.
Urination or defecation, do you recall?
No.
Okay. And he got mad at her for peeing or pooping in the car.
Yes.
Was it a fresh pee or poop?
I don't know.
Okay. So you don't know if she peed or pooped in the car from 2 or 3 in the morning?
No.
Okay. And one of the things I think that you described Adam saying at one of the things was, why don't you let us know?
Yes.
Like he's surprised at Harmony that she's smelling in the morning? So you're saying he struck her in the morning before the clinic because I think that you said before to the police because she peed herself while still in the parking lot.
Yes.
And that made him mad, you said?
Yes.
And so she peed before you went to the clinic?
It just smelled like urination all the
Okay.
time.
Okay. And she didn't have any injuries that you saw that morning, right?
No.
And you go to the clinic, right?
Yes.
And at the clinic, the two of you have to go in one at a time, right?
Yes.
And the reason that you have to go in one at a time is because somebody had tattled on you at some time earlier for leaving the kids in the car while the two of you went together.
Yes.
And so you were parked in the clinic right out front,
Yes.
and other people are also getting their dosage.
Yes.
And at least at some point, people were paying attention about, well, I'll take that back. So you're right out front of the clinic. I think you, looking at that paperwork, saw that you went in first,
Yes.
and then Adam went in.
Yes.
And did you take that time to clean the car?
No.
Why?
Because I didn't.
Okay. I think you testified that when Adam got in the car, you said, I'm hungry, and I'm sure the kids are hungry.
Yes.
And it was you that wanted to go to Burger King for food.
Yes.
And did you want to go to Burger King because you were hungry?
Yes.
Did you want to go to Burger King because you wanted to clean the car?
No.
Why not?
I didn't.
Okay.
Because why? Why would she want to clean up their car that smells like piss and poop? because she just wants to like live like a damn slob, nasty, doesn't give a crap about the kids. She lets Harmony sit in her pee or poop, probably both. They go right to the clinic. Don't take her out. Don't clean her up. Don't do a damn thing. And here's another thing. If they went right to the clinic after this whole incident and he beat her up and he comes back in the car saying it smells, how the hell does he know that it's not the same smell that he smelled but when he left the car to get his treatment? So, yeah. You're both nasty, disgusting people. Nasty, disgusting people who don't deserve... You don't deserve kids. You don't deserve to be free. And this entire cross-examination, it really, really pisses me off how Kayla shows her true colors. How she doesn't give a crap that that Harmony and her boys, probably filthy, had to go to the bathroom, they needed to be cleaned up, and all she cares about is, hey, let's go get our shot and let's go get a croissant. Yeah. You're a real winner, Kayla. A real winner.
Maybe the kids were hungry too.
Yes.
Okay. And Adam drove to Burger King to get you food for the kids.
Yes.
And Adam was not interested in food, right?
That's not true.
Why not?
Because he was hungry too.
Okay. And one of your claims is that on the way to Burger King, and I think that you said that he gets in the car at the clinic and smells urine and says, Harmony, why do you keep doing that? Why don't you tell us when you have to go?
Yes.
And he got angry outside the clinic.
Yes.
And he struck her in the head.
Yes.
In front of the clinic.
In the car, yes.
In the car, right?
Yes.
Where people are going in and out of the clinic.
Yes.
And where at one point somebody had noticed that you left your kids alone in the car and told on you, right?
Yes.
Okay. You said that he was also yelling at her.
Yes.
And you told the jury that she was making weird noises on the way to Burger King?
Yes.
Okay. And you said that there were 3 different events on the way to Burger King, 3 different times that he was maybe at a stoplight or something and would strike her again?
Yes.
And yelling at her?
Yes.
And striking her 3 to 4 times each event?
Yes.
And Harmony's crying?
Yes.
And Declan's crying?
Yes.
And Seamus is crying?
No.
Why not?
Not just because somebody's crying doesn't mean the other one cries.
Adam yelling in the car did
Yeah.
not cause Seamus to cry?
No.
And Adam striking Seamus's sister right next to him didn't cause Seamus to cry?
No, he didn't.
And
know what was
Harmony
going
crying
on.
in pain didn't cause Seamus to cry?
No.
Okay.
I believe all 3 kids were crying. Harmony because he was beating her to death. Really. Truly. And her brothers because they were witnessing this and hearing their father yell and their sister screaming out in pain. So I don't believe you, Kayla. They were both crying with their sister.
Said the final time that Adam hit Harmony in the head, he said he felt something.
Yes.
That, and I think you claim that Adam said, I think I heard it this time. I did something.
Yes.
And was that in a scared voice?
Yes.
Okay, so Adam thought perhaps he went overboard?
Yes.
And this was pulling into the parking lot at Burger King?
Yes.
And so, being scared, he drives up to the drive-in window.
Yes.
He orders the food that you want.
Yes.
He pays cash.
I don't remember.
Okay. Told the police in June 23rd of 2022 that you thought you paid cash.
Yes.
And that would make sense because Adam was doing little things to try and collect cash, right?
Yes.
And you certainly had no money in the bank on your card,
No.
right?
Right.
So after this panic that you say that Adam feels, goes up to the drive-through, right?
Yes.
And the jury was at the Burger King, and you sort of make a roundabout way into the drive-through, right?
Yes.
And it's wide open there, right?
Yes.
And people are coming in and out of Burger King, right?
Yes.
And you stop at one place to make the order,
Yes.
and you ordered croissants and hash browns,
Yes.
and this was for you and the kids.
Yes.
And then you pull around, turn, and go to where you actually have communication with a live person.
Yes.
And the first thing that you do before you get your food or anything like that is turn over, but Adam is doing it because he's in the driver's seat, right?
Right.
Turning over the cash.
Yes.
Might have been card, but probably not, right?
Right.
You know, do you have a specific recollection now of whether it was cash?
No.
Okay. So assuming cash, but card would be the same, you turn it over to the clerk, right?
Yes.
And then the clerk does what the clerk does with money,
Yes.
and then opens the window again and maybe counts out the change.
Yes.
And Adam would be there with his hand out and change being counted out into his hand, right?
Yes.
And then maybe that change is handed to you so that he can then reach in again for the food.
Yes.
And when the food comes in, he probably takes the bag and gives it to you.
Yes.
And you said that just before that, the Adam was scared because he had been striking Harmony and something different happened.
Yes.
And while he's striking Harmony, the children are screaming.
Yes.
Going in through the Burger King parking lot.
Yes.
Going through the Burger King order spot.
Yes.
And going through the Burger King drive-thru.
Yes.
And you did not do anything, as you said, with Harmony.
Right. Right.
She was just laying there in the back.
Yes.
And right there as he drives up to the clerk at the Burger King parking lot.
Yes.
Okay.
Because why would Kayla actually act and do something? Oh, wait. She was scared. It's okay to let this 5-year-old be beaten and end up being beaten to death. But she's an adult and she's scared, so, man, she can't protect these kids. What a waste of a human. What a piece of crap.
And you said Harmony is moaning in the back seat?
Yes.
And I don't think you said it, but you were, was it a moan that you understood to be a dying child?
No.
Okay. What was the moan?
I don't know. She was making a noise.
Okay. And you didn't check on her, right?
No.
Didn't throw a cover on her?
No.
Didn't have to turn around and soothe the boys in the back seat to make them quiet?
No. They weren't always crying just because one other kid was crying. They weren't always crying.
But violence, chaos, yelling, and screaming would make them cry.
They never really cried that much.
Okay. Okay. Did you ask to run in and maybe get some extra napkins to clean up the urine on the seat?
No.
With that smell lingering so bad, did you think maybe to ask if Harmony could go in and clean up?
No.
Did you do anything to deal with the smell of urine?
No, because Adam said she could just lay in it.
Okay.
I am so furious, and you guys know this is the second time I've watched all these. I'm so furious with Kayla during this testimony. I am furious. She can't be bothered to do a damn thing. Nothing. That's exactly what they did for Harmony. Nothing.
All right. And he was upset with the smell?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And I think actually you say that the kids may not have been crying. I think that, did you tell the police that you thought the kids were sleeping?
Yeah, they didn't really make any noise.
Okay. Kayla, that assault never happened, did it?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Well, you describe physically trying to stop him, Adam.
Yes.
You describe verbally trying to stop him.
Yes.
Nobody wants a person to strike and hurt a child,
Right.
especially a 5-year-old child under your care.
Right.
And you cannot allow that to happen. You can't sit by and allow that to happen, right?
Right.
Okay. But you said that you stopped trying to do anything because he looked at you with the face of pure evil.
Yes.
So you just got scared and shut up, right?
Yes.
Because his face was pure evil, right?
Yes.
And pure evil, a person with pure evil is not someone you want to protect.
No.
And a person who is pure evil is not someone that you love.
Well, that's hard to say.
Okay.
That's hard to say because you love the monster. Which is why you're also a monster. I believe this completely happened, and I see where the attorney's going. I see where she's going. But this just shows how much Kayla doesn't give a crap about anyone but Kayla. She didn't care about Harmony. I don't even know how much she cared about her own kids. She says she did. But kind of makes you wonder if that's really true. Because she wasn't doing a damn thing to protect any of them. She wasn't doing anything but for herself. And it is disgusting. She makes me sick. And that's the bottom line. She makes me sick.
A person of pure evil is not someone you want raising your children.
Right.
Okay. And you would do anything to get your kids away from pure evil.
Yes.
And even though Harmony was your child, you felt the same about her.
Yes.
She was pretty much your child.
Yes, I helped take care of her.
Okay.
You didn't take care of her, Kayla. You didn't care about her. You didn't care about Harmony. Adam didn't care about Harmony. Every single damn adult who could have helped Harmony and who should have loved her and protected her did nothing. They did a damn near nothing. I know that's probably not proper English, but they did nothing to protect this little innocent 5-year-old girl. And they let Adam beat on her. You let Adam beat on her. You let all of this happen, and you just sat there, huddled in your seat, because you're scared. I don't know. I'm so scared of him. Oh, but I love him too. Despicable. Despicable.
And when you and Adam split up years later, or March of 2021, you wanted him back.
We were both trying to fix our family and get back.
You wanted him back with the family and raising the children.
Right.
And when you were sitting in your cell thinking about this and reliving it, and you wrote that note about your thoughts about what you wanted, you indicated that the children needed Adam as well as you, right?
Right.
And that's not the face of pure evil. Right?
No.
Okay. So, you said to the jury Friday, I believe, that you fed the children at the Burger King parking lot?
Yes.
Okay.
We were leaving the parking lot.
Adam is the face of pure evil. And Kayla, she's right behind him. I don't care. You cannot love someone as evil and who kills a child, an innocent child, beats on her until she's dead. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is all the weeks to come. And what he does with her before he disposes of her God knows where. Kayla, you're as disgusting and despicable as Adam. And I gotta say, you deserve each other. You both deserve to rot in jail, in prison, for the rest of your life. You both deserve it. That's why I really do, personally, my opinion is, I hope she ruins her deal. I hope all this crap that she's pulling on the stand, that she's pulled on the stand during this trial, I do hope the jury is convinced that Adam did it, but I hope that she has screwed up her deal, that they pull it out, the rug out from right under her, and they go, nope, sorry, you screwed up. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You are finished. Because you don't deserve any kind of happiness. You don't deserve anything good when you allow this kind of thing to happen, and you don't. You have no action. You sit there and do nothing. Your inaction speaks volumes about your character. And I hope you rot in jail. I really do. And if you happen to get out next year, God help you. You know. But the bottom line is, you are disgusting. You are just as disgusting as Adam.
And you talked about events in the freezer. I mean, in the shower. And described for the jury lime.
Yes.
And that lime was used in the shower.
No.
Did you say that lime was put in a bag?
Yes.
So that was on the floor of the bathroom. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? And why lime?
Adam got the lime. I don't know where it came from.
Okay. Did y'all research lime and what it might do?
I did not.
Okay. It's not like anything was dissolving in the shower or anything, right? With the lime? In the
It
bathroom?
wasn't in the bathroom. It wasn't used in the shower.
Okay. But nothing was dissolving or anything with lime, right?
I have no idea.
You were in there.
Not the whole time.
Okay. You said that lime was put in a bag and then Harmony's body was put in a bag. You didn't see any reaction of her body to the lime, right?
No.
Nothing changed.
I didn't see her body getting put in the bag with the lime. Adam said that he was going to be putting her body in the lime, in the bag that has the lime in it.
Okay. Okay. And you talked on direct about a tool. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And when you first spoke to the police, you told them that scissors were the only tool used in the shower, right?
From what I remember, yes.
Okay. And the scissors were used to cut clothes off of Harmony.
Yes.
And you used the scissors,
Yes.
and you cut off Harmony's hoodie.
Yes.
And you're saying Adam used the scissors
Yes.
and cut off her leggings?
Yes.
And those were the only tools in the bathroom, right?
That I saw, yes.
How big's the bathroom?
The bathroom wasn't that big.
Okay. You saw the things that were in the bathroom, right?
Yes.
And you claim to have seen a bag of lime in the bathroom, right?
Yes.
You didn't see any tools, right?
No, I saw a bag of lime and trash bags.
Okay. And there weren't any tools sitting outside the bathroom, right?
No.
Okay. And you didn't hear any power saws?
No, because it was really loud.
What was really loud?
Our neighbor next door was a drunk and very loud, always blasting his music.
Okay. And you think that the music could have overcome power tools if they were used?
I believe so, yeah. It was very loud all the time.
Okay. And
What a joke. Yeah, Kayla. I'm not buying it, and I'm pretty sure the jury's not going to buy that one either. And the fact that she helped in that bathroom cut off Harmony's clothes. Yeah.
when you first talked to the police, you actually denied that you helped Adam in the bathroom, right?
Right.
And you denied that you had anything to do with what he did in the bathroom.
Right.
You said that Adam didn't want you in the bathroom.
Right.
And then when you had to admit that you were in the bathroom, you ended up admitting that you cut off the hoodie, right?
Right.
And you ended up admitting that you were zipping up the bag
Yes.
at the end.
Yes.
So you were in the bathroom for a while,
No.
for a few times.
Like a couple times, yes.
Okay. And otherwise, the shower was going.
Yes.
And so presumably the water is doing something.
Yes.
And a bag of lime on the floor in the bathroom would generally not be touched by a shower that's in the tub, right?
No, it was in the corner of the bathroom.
Okay, away from the tub.
Yes.
Okay. But the shower, I think you said, was going continuously
Yes.
the whole time,
Yes.
and you could hear that.
That's what I saw.
Saw or heard?
I saw. I couldn't hear it, but I saw.
And you saw it going the whole time?
Not the whole time, but I assumed the whole time.
Okay. Okay.
Because he told me what he was doing.
Okay. And you and Adam were working together to take the clothes off of Harmony
Yes.
and put her in the bag.
I didn't put her in the bag.
You zipped up the bag.
He needed help zipping up the bag. I was there in the beginning, and I was there in the end.
Excuse me. Sir, you need to step out or turn the pager off. Okay, please step out. Thank you. You would re-ask your question, Attorney Smith.
So what you're saying now is you didn't know if the shower was going the whole time.
No.
Okay. Now, you didn't know if Adam used any tools in the shower because you weren't there the whole time,
Right?
but you never saw any.
No.
And the police specifically asked you about tools
Yes.
and specific types of tools, right?
Yes.
And you told them that the only tool that Adam had was a box, a big box under the counter in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And that when he pulled out that box one time when he was losing it, he broke the counter.
Yes.
And it was a pretty big box, right?
Yes.
And you did not see any other power tools in the apartment,
No.
before or since?
I'm sorry?
Before that day or after that day?
No.
Okay. And they actually showed you pictures of power tools
Yes.
to ask you about those power tools.
Yes.
And did they show you a picture of a big table saw?
Yes.
And that was or was not similar to what you had seen in the apartment?
It was similar to it.
Okay.
She can't keep track of her lies. No, I didn't see any tools. But you told the police that you saw a table saw. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw a table saw.
Earlier in direct, you were given a picture of a power tool, right?
Yeah.
And you had signed that photograph, right?
Right.
Or, I'm sorry, initialed it, right?
Yeah.
Do you know when you initialed it?
No.
Pardon?
No.
Was it recent or a long time ago?
I know I did some recent and I did some a long time ago, so I don't remember.
You signed some photographs recently and signed some a long time ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Attorney Smith just showed you several items, saws, and I want to be very clear. The saw in my right hand was what the defendant discussed.
Objection, leading.
Sustained.
Foundational question. Did he testify on direct that the saw in my right hand was the one that the defendant used, discussed using to dismember Harmony?
Yes.
Did he say that on direct? Because that's in fact what he did. He discussed using this to dismember Harmony.
Yes, he did.
And the saw in my left hand that the defense attorney showed you just now, was this similar to the item that was under your countertop?
Yes.
Attorney Smith asked you, she asked you about if that's when the defendant was losing it. What does losing it mean to you? Was that when he was hitting you? Was that something else?
Everything. He was abusive. He, in all ways, physical, emotional, and mentally.
You said physical, you said emotional, and you said mentally.
Yes.
And let's unpack that. How is he physical with you? How is he physically abusive towards you in that period before you escaped him?
He thought that I was telling on him, or cheating on him, or trying to kill him.
Okay. And how is he physical with you in those interactions?
He wanted me to tell him who I was cheating on him with, or if I was working with the cops, and I kept saying that I didn't, and he kept hitting me anyway, and then I started telling him that I did, even though I wasn't, and he still kept hitting me anyway.
And let's talk about that. Why would you tell him that you were doing these things, working with the police, why would you tell him that, even though you weren't at the time?
So that I wouldn't get hit.
Did he still hit you?
Yes.
You said that he was emotionally abusive to you. Tell the jurors about that.
Because he'd go back and forth with telling me to tell him that I was working with the cops, and he would accuse me of sleeping with the guy downstairs, sleeping with all these different people, that I came out of the window one night. I couldn't take care of the kids. He wouldn't let me do anything without him being there.
She's more upset and worked up right now about her supposed abuse from Adam than what he did to Harmony. Again, she's out for Kayla, and that's it. It's all about Kayla and nobody else.
Mentally abusive to you. Can you tell the jurors how?
By asking me if I was working with the cops and making sure that I stuck with the story that he brought me to work and dropped me off and was bringing Harmony to her mom.
And can you tell us who came up with that story?
He did, Adam.
And you stuck to it.
Yeah.
You stuck to it even though you knew you weren't working at the time. I'll rephrase. Did you stick to it even though you knew you weren't working at the time?
Yes.
Attorney Smith asked you about Adam being pure evil. Did you think that Adam was pure evil?
When he would start going crazy, yeah.
And you mentioned the evil eyes. When he looked at you in that moment. Evil eyes. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And was that right after he had beaten Harmony?
Yeah, it just got worse.
Were there also good times with the defendant in that period?
Yeah. But it was mostly bad.
And in those bad times, were you hoping for the good times?
Yeah.
Kayla, do you still love the defendant?
I still care about him. Because he's the father of my children. He was my best friend. It's been hard for me to just let go.
Again, she loves this evil monster that beat and killed Harmony and allegedly beat her up and she was scared of. If that's not some screwed up crap, I don't know what is. All I can hope for is, again, which I've said it a number of times, that the jury believes that Adam's the murderer here, and she was basically the accomplice. She went along with everything. And then she did nothing to save Harmony or anyone else. So that was basically the testimony that happened on Monday with Kayla. There was some more back and forth, a bit. Again, if you want to watch the whole thing, please go over to Court TV or Law and Crime to watch it in its entirety. It's tough. It's truly tough. But the bottom line is, Kayla did nothing to stop Adam. She did nothing to help Harmony. And she actually assisted in these awful things that happened to Harmony after she was murdered. And she's more upset about her losing Adam and him being upset with her and not believing her than she is about the death of a 5-year-old baby girl. This whole trial is about justice for Harmony. And again, I pray the jury gets it right and sees through all the lies that Kayla, and she's not the only one, but she's the key witness here, sees through these lies that Kayla has told and continues to tell to this day. Because if I believe that he did beat her to death, but beyond that with all the details about how things happen, is it possible she's more involved? Yeah. And I actually think it's very, very possible. All right, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.